All righty. Well, thank you all for hopping on tonight. I appreciate it. So I am Megan. I am an elite ambassador here on our team, and I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit tonight about how you can run challenge groups to enhance your business with both customers and with new ambassadors. So the first thing I will tell you is no matter the size of your team, even with like your own personal downline, if you have a smaller team, that's okay. Like you can still run these challenge groups. You can run them with your own team, or if you feel like you want to kind of bulk up the amount of people that are in your group, you could always team up with someone on our larger team, on Cassidy's team, find someone with like similar likes, similar product likes with you as well, and run some of those groups together. I do that with Brandy. Her and I, our teams do a lot of these challenge groups together, and we've seen a lot of success, and it gets more people involved as well. So don't be scared to run these, no matter the size of your team. And if you want more people, just kind of collaborate with someone else as well on our team. So I'm going to go through kind of how I like to run challenge groups, give you all some little tips and tricks and things that you can maybe take with you. So the first thing that you want to do when you start running these challenge groups is just thinking about your product and picking which product that you're going to use to really focus on. The biggest thing I would suggest is really pick products that you use daily. It's going to be easier for you to really talk about. You're going to feel more excited. Your audience is going to feel the excitement with it as well. So, if you use a certain product every day, maybe think about having a challenge group around that. Another thing to think about are promos. So different like monthly promos that we have, or maybe just like a specific product promo that we're having. Really take advantage of those so that you can grab some new customers, even some returning customers, and get them involved. And I'm going to talk a little bit more on this, but the new like My QFit promo, our current challenge that we're doing actually is around that kind of promo that we have. And it seems like it's going to be ongoing now, which is really awesome. And then if we have some new products that are launched or just launched, that's another kind of opportunity that you can have to run a challenge group. So I typically like to do 30-day groups. So this gives everyone a chance to try the product in full for the 30 days and really get a good feel of whatever that particular product that they're using. Or if you're doing a fitness focused challenge, 30 days is a pretty good time to like have some results and kind of feel good and get a good idea and grasp on the My QFit app as well. So my three takeaways of the products, pick maybe some kind of challenge around the products that you enjoy. And a lot of times the products that you use, your customers or your audience will also kind of go towards, take advantage of promos that we have on certain products, and then new products. So again, I kind of like to word it as like product testers when we have new products that launch and I want to run a challenge group around that. I kind of build up the hype and excitement and asking for people to try out the products, be product testers, and then also make it fun and kind of incentivize them a little bit as well. And I'll touch on that here too. And another really cool thing is if you're doing any of these with any products, some kind of challenge, you can always incorporate the My QFit app. I know we think of that app for more fitness, but there are so many other things too in there that you can track. And any customer can get the 10-day free trial. So maybe they don't qualify for the certain amount, or they don't put their products on subscription, they can do the 10-day free trial and get a little dose of the app as well. So always kind of leverage that a little bit when you're doing these challenges, even if it's not a fitness focused challenge that you're doing. All right, so you've picked out your product that you're going to do. I'm going to share some examples here in just a second and kind of how I use them. But where are you going to do this group? I think that's another really important thing to think about when you're starting to plan these challenges and these challenge groups. And that's really going to be dependent on the number of customers or ambassadors that you have that want to join. So it depends on the size. So first you can use like Facebook Messenger, you can use an actual Facebook group, you can use Telegram, which I will say I've never used Telegram, but obviously it's very similar to Facebook Messenger. I have never used Instagram either, but you could always use an Instagram chat. Again, it just kind of depends on the people that are joining in your group and maybe what they prefer. What I would suggest kind of amount wise, just from experience, when you have maybe 15 people or less, you could use some kind of messenger app, whether that's Facebook Messenger, the Telegram, or Instagram Messenger, and kind of have everyone go into that one group. And then this way they can check in through whatever kind of messenger that you're using. If you have anything over 15, any number of people over 15, I would highly recommend doing some kind of Facebook group. This just makes it a lot easier to kind of track people, to make posts, to really like condense things to one post as well, which you'll start to notice if you're in our spring cleaning group that we're going to be doing that, because it just kind of makes like tracking things easier for like different prizes and things like that if you do that in your challenge group. So once you've got your product, now you have where the group's going to be. Also, again, you can think about like the length of time. Like I said, I tend to do like 30-day groups, but you could always kind of trial and error, maybe do like a 10-day group to start off, or like a 2-week group, but typically that 30 days is what works best that I have found while doing these different groups. All right, so you want to make these groups fun. So when you post about it, make it sound exciting. If you're doing like stories or making reels about them, make them fun, make them silly, make your audience like kind of capture their attention for whatever challenge that you're doing. So you can do weekly prizes for like most consistent. So what we like to do is we do daily like check-ins. So checking in, whether you're doing like a collagen challenge or a fitness challenge or brew challenge or like do core, make it to where every single day you're checking in, whether that's, you know, you like just writing it out or you taking a picture of your supplement or a selfie, like whatever you're comfortable with. We like to do like weekly prizes for the most consistent person that's posting the most. So this is where like if you have a bigger group, but it's really helpful to have that Facebook group where you have certain posts and then people will comment and post on that. Have teams. If you have larger groups, putting people into teams is really fun. We are currently doing that for our fitness challenge. So if you have any kind of challenge over 20 people, I found that this could get really fun. So we tend to do about 5 people per group. And if you are the one putting the group together or the challenge group together, you will be the one like forming the groups. So when I just did our team one, basically you can do like random drawings of picking the team. So you can either like write everyone's name on a piece of paper, put them in a hat, draw the first 5, that's one team, and continue on. Or there are like raffle wheels and raffle drawer type things, pickers, whatever you want to call them, that you can use online. You can put everyone's name on there and list them all, spin the wheel. And again, the first 5 people will be this team, the first 5 people will be that team. And then what I do is I create a Facebook Messenger group with everyone that's on that one team. And so I'm like the head person in each group and also on a team as well. So this way you have kind of that team camaraderie. You're able to kind of cheer each other on from day to day or week to week, give each other reminders as well if you're doing certain like weekly challenges. And really there's more of that like support, accountability, and depending on what kind of challenge you're running. And then that community aspect that I think is really important. So teams within a challenge can get really fun. And then you can have weekly challenges like within your group, your full challenge, I should say. For instance, In our 30-day fitness group right now that we're doing, we have weekly challenges that revolve around water. So we had a water challenge week, had a fruits and vegetables where you tried to get like a fruit and vegetable with every meal. We did a step challenge, and right now we're doing a meditation challenge. So 4 different challenges each week to make up for that 30 days. And we're incorporating that MyQFit app in there. You can go in there and you can actually ask your trainer to like specialize kind of the things that you check off, or the things that are like on your habit tracker. So for the beginning of the challenge, we told everyone to go in and like make sure these are added in there because they're going to have weekly challenges, and then you can kind of check them off at the end of the day, and then you check in on that specific weekly challenge post. Again, making things a lot easier to track, and where we do like our different weekly prizes as well. With the prizes, when we're looking at like weekly ones, make them really simple. We like to do like samples of different products. So maybe you're going to send out like a little bundle of Q Sport and Hydrate, maybe some greens. If you have different flavors of the Q Sport, that can be one week. Another week can be like a little $5 gift card. So just really simple like weekly prizes to get people kind of hyped up and excited about the group. When we did our brew challenge, we did like a frother for like the overall, like most consistent person that was posting into the group as well. And then if you have any new preferred customers, you can kind of do your own like little incentives for them as well to get them excited and get new customers. So these are just some examples that I have ran for 30-day challenges. Again, I like to do the 30 days. And again, remember to do challenges with products that you love and that you use daily. Or again, if there's a new like products coming out that you also want to try, that you're really interested in, you can always make that a priority to be your challenges. So ones that I have done that have been really successful, we've done a collagen challenge, so a 30-day collagen challenge. And so essentially to be into that challenge, you just had to get one of our liquid collagens. So we did either the Reform or the Rebuild, because our collagen, I think, one of our more popular products, and everyone's always asking. And again, it's something that I use every day, and I make sure it's on my stories every day so people see kind of what I'm using, and also even just like sharing transformations and things like that to get people interested and hype up the product for that challenge. For that collagen challenge, we did a Facebook Messenger group. Just because it was just post your daily collagen. So it was really simple. We didn't have any extra like weekly challenges or anything like that. And then we've done a brew challenge. So we did a February challenge and we took advantage of that February promo. So for that one, you just had to have an order for brew before the challenge started. And again, very similar to the collagen, it was just through Facebook Messenger, and it's, check-in daily. And at the end of each week, I would tally up points and kind of announce like the top 3 people as far as like a leaderboard. Again, that kind of gives some recognition, but also kind of hypes it up and reminds people, make sure that you're doing these things and you can get prizes and things like that. And then the current one that we're doing is a 30-day fitness challenge. And this one is through a Facebook group that we're doing. And again, took advantage of the promo that they started last month, where any new preferred customer would get access to the MyQFit app for 30 days. Or if it was a returning customer, they just had to have a subscription set up that ran before the challenge started. And then I think we did it to where you had to have 50 PV or more of products. So you can also kind of associate some PV in there so that they're trying, a certain amount of products or things like that. If it's a fitness challenge, maybe you want to encourage them to have some kind of fitness product in there, whether it's Q Sport or Rev or the Rebuild collagen or one of the proteins, something like that, to encourage them to try some of those fitness related products. And again, with this fitness challenge, we're doing the teams, it's kind of a March Madness theme that we run around. So you can always make it theme-based as well, which can keep it really fun and exciting also. So we're using the MyQFit app, and then they just pick whichever program that they want, whichever fitness program that they want to be doing. And then posting like your workout selfies, your sweaty selfies, or whatever you're comfortable with, like the workouts that you've done, onto the main feed of the Facebook group. And then again, when we have those weekly challenges, we have one specific post that we put up at the beginning of the week. It gets pinned, and then that's where you put your daily for that specific challenge. So those are ones that have been really successful that we have been doing so far. All right, so you have everything that you need put together, you're planning it out, you know, like what product you're doing, where you're doing it, maybe how you're going to incentivize people and hype it up, and then you have to start inviting, because that is something that we have to do. We can post about it all we want, but you do have to do those reach outs and get uncomfortable a little bit and invite to these different groups. So what I typically do is I start inviting about 2 weeks before the challenge begins. So I think about when I'm going to have it start and then work back 2 weeks. So that gives me time to reach out to new potential customers, returning customers, to talk to my team and let them know, like, hey, this is when we're going to start it, start inviting now, really encourage them and help them to start inviting as well. And that 2 weeks gives you that time to invite, but also time for those customers to get their order placed and get it to them in time before the challenge actually starts. Typically, I like them to have the product in hand when we start, but I'm pretty lenient on it. I will say, like, usually if they can order it just the day before the challenge starts, like once the day of the challenge starts, like, well, it's a little bit too late. So I allow them to really like order it up to the day before it starts. So that's up to your discretion, kind of what you feel is like, you know, if you want them to have it on hand, or if you know for sure that they've already ordered it, then put them in the group and put them in the chat as well. So you can, again, kind of have that urgency, make it fun. When I'm doing posts or reels, always having some kind of call to action at the end. And I'm going to show y'all some examples here in just a second of what I've used as far as like posting and messaging. But in your posts and in your reels, make it to like kind of FOMO, right? And also that you have only so many spots available. That has tended to work for me. Like I only have, or I'm looking for 10 ladies or 10 people or 20 people, whatever you feel like is a good number. Kind of have that be like the first thing so that they're like, oh, there's a little urgency there. There's only so many spots that are going to be allowed. And then ending it with that call to action, not just ending it with, you know, a statement, like always having some kind of like activity for them to do, or, you know, drop a certain emoji or comment with this word, make it easy for them to know what to do on how to get more information. And then reach out to your current customers, you know, say, hey, I'm going to be starting a new challenge group. I know you've tried these products. Would you be interested? That's always easy kind of go to. I typically start with my current customers first and then work on new potentials after that. So this is just an example post that I made for like our March Madness Fitness Challenge. You can do, again, you can do a reel and have this in the caption. You can do just like a picture type of post and have your caption. But a few things to kind of note. One, kind of that urgency at the beginning. Like I'm looking for X number of people that want to join my blank challenge, or whatever kind of challenge that you're doing. I always like to put in there how many days the challenge is going to be, because I think that's important. So, you know, it's going to be a 30-day challenge, or it's going to be a 10-day challenge, whatever you decide on. So how long is it going to be? What is going to be included in that challenge? Like, what are they going to get from doing this? So with this one, you're going to get access to home or gym workouts. You're going to get one-on-one personal trainers, support, accountability, all of the things that are in the MyQFit app. There's going to be fun, there's going to be prizes, things like that. So let them know like what they will be getting when they decide to join. And then that call to action again at the end. So, you know, if you want to learn more, drop an emoji or drop fit for more info. And if they do, that's when you can reach out and message them like, hey, I saw you wanted more information. What caught your attention? And then after that, you can give them the information. And if there's any questions coming in the chat, I'll look at that after because I'm like a squirrel and I get lost in translation. I'll forget what I'm saying. So I'll look at that in just a minute. So this is just an inviting message. And this is just like what I would send. Make it sound like you, because you do not sound like me. So you can kind of take this and make it your own. So this would be something for a new customer, for instance, just, you know, say their name, first of all, hi, so-and-so, like their actual name, not like, you know, friend, hey, you, call them by their name, make it personable. And then just reach out to them and say, like, I'm sure you've seen me posting about my health and fitness company or business, or my love for health and fitness. I'm going to be running a 30-day challenge on this, starting this day. Would you like to know how you can join? You notice I'm not putting like a whole like paragraph, like large thing of like, it's going to be 30 days and it's going to have 4 weeks of challenges that are X, Y, and Z. And this is how you have to enter because you'll need 50 PB, like save all that for after. This is just giving them like a little glimpse of what would be included in the challenge. And then if they say they're interested, then you can kind of break it down a little bit more on how they can enter that challenge. So you don't want to overwhelm them with too much information when you're inviting them in the beginning. So that's just an example. And then if you have a current customer, it makes it a lot easier because they've already tried the products. They already love the products, I'm sure. So just, you know, kind of again, reaching out to them, saying like, you know, I know you're currently using this product and really love it. So I wanted to reach out to see if you would be interested in joining my next challenge group. Again, the start date, just a little glimpse of what's going to be included. And again, ending always with a call to or some kind of question so that they can actually respond to it. You always want to end your messaging with some kind of question. Otherwise, that gives them the chance to not respond at all. Maybe they respond, maybe they don't, either way, but I always say end with a question so that they can actually answer it. Okay, I think I went through everything. So I want to leave some room. I don't know if anyone has any questions. Let me pull up the chat if I can find it. Questions, thoughts, needs. Do you feel like a lot of returning customers do this more? Honestly, lately it has been half and half for me. As far as getting new people into it. And it really depends just on like what kind of challenge it's going to be as well. A lot of my people, just because I am more into like fitness and our fitness products and things like that, tend to like the same products. So I don't know. I'd say it's about half and half. But I do always reach out to all of my more active preferred customers. And they typically are like, yeah, sure, I'm up for trying something new if they're not already trying it. Alrighty. When using the app, do you walk through how to use it with them prior? So I try to, yes. Keep them coming. It's okay. I don't mind other questions. I will go through and I'll voice message them a lot of times with the app, or I'll do like a screen recording to really help kind of walk them through and explain like, okay, to add these in, just message your trainer. Tell them that you want this. And I can even like, I've even typed it out for the person so that they can just copy and paste that message to the trainers to like put their certain daily habits in there. So yeah, I tend to walk through it if they need it. Again, always letting them know, like, I'm here if you have questions. I've done screen recordings. Yeah, I've walked them through. So yeah, always being there. Most people are pretty good about it, but I have had some questions just on like how to add different things because we can't add like our habit trackers yet. Maybe that's something that we can suggest that they let us add those in there. But and I do like to ask when they start doing the fitness programs, kind of what they like, especially if they've not worked out in a while, or they don't know what they like, and kind of give some suggestions too on programs based on like maybe what they've done before, what they say that they want to work on goal wise. And I can really kind of help pinpoint like which program would be better. I'm comfortable doing that because I'm a personal trainer, but if you are running a challenge and maybe you're not 100% sure, always just take them and say like, hey, you have that one-on-one trainer, like maybe reach out to them, let them know what you want to work on, and they can suggest a program for you. So that just depends on your comfort level too. Good questions. Any other ones? And then if you ever want to join any of the challenge groups that I am running, I'd be more than happy just to add you into them. You can participate. You can just kind of like be a fly on the wall and see how they work. I have my current fitness challenge that's going through this week is the last week. So I can always add you in there if anyone wants to be added, just to kind of like see the flow and kind of see like what it looks like in a Facebook group. So if you want me to do that, just let me know, send me over a message and I can get you added into that as well, so you can see what it looks like. But thanks so much, everyone, for hopping on tonight and listening. If you have any questions, please reach out, let me know. And thanks for spending 30 minutes with me on this Monday, and have a good rest of your evening. Bye, everyone.
Night.
Good night.
Thanks, Megan.
You're welcome.